You know, I really have to hand it to Vanilla Ice because he was asked in an interview years ago, like, hey, did you like just sell out for money and just do everything? He's like, hell yeah, I did. He's like, I sold it to anybody. If they paid me money, he's like, I'll jump around like an idiot for you. I'll do whatever. Ninja rap, sure, I'll write your garbage thing for your hit movie. Why not? He's like, it made me rich. I was like, dude, you're a hack. I respect your work. It's like, I respect your game. Good for him. I mean, he was set for life. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. And it's Nimix already here hanging out with us. Good to see you again, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm doing okay-ish. Okay-ish is better than worse than usual, so I will take okay-ish. So I was trying to think what should I play tonight. I was like, Contra games. I wanted to do that, but I'm like, I can play those any other time. They're not too violent. Girlfriend Carmen is on vacation right now. She's not actually going to be watching stream, even though I miss her bunches and bunches, tons and tons. So, but she's not really a fan of violent games, so I'm like, well, here's a perfect time to play Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox. Full decapitation, uber violence, and everything else. Just remember to unwind to play one of the most difficult versions ever, because the PlayStation 3 version was rebalanced to be a lot easier. So we're playing the Xbox 360 version, which is much harder. So, you know me. Play the hardest version possible in order to, like, unwind. People are like, oh, it's raging, and I'm like, this is relaxing for me. I am at calm and at peace. So come on. Too loud, too loud. That was way too loud in my ears. Let me turn down my headset volume. So, last stream, I did a full playthrough of Fox Hunt on the PlayStation, which was pretty awesome. I had a blast doing that, and I actually found out some other stuff today. I was exploring around the internet, and I found the full soundtrack listing for the game. It was on Rhino Records, it has like all the different bands and everything else. Violent Femmes were on it. Butthole Surfers were confirmed, definitely. Sublime, they're on it too. What was really, really interesting is that the inside liner notes point to cut content, because it has like multiple guides. It says like, hey, in the game, the dealer, the croupier's CIA computer, like when they drug you, Alan and Ellen drug you in the bar, and then you have to learn the fakey shaky or else it's game over in disc 3. There's a CIA computer there. You were supposed to be able to use that and enter codes. Pardon me. So you could put in 3-digit codes. It'll give you different things on the game, or tell you hints on how to get past certain segments or what to do, certain areas. And the liner notes for the soundtrack are full of these things. They're like full of these like little hints that you're supposed to have, and decode them like by putting it into your phone. They'll spell out the password you'd have to put in. And that was cut out of the game. I'm like, holy crap. So there's supposed to be more fights, more shootouts would have led to a disc 4. There's also supposed to be passwords and secret codes. That got cut too. I'm like, man, it's crazy. Alright, autosave for this difficulty level. We'll do a new game. Want to begin a new game with your existing equipment? Yes! We're gonna have some fun. I think this is gonna give me... I think I have all the weapons, because I'm just playing for fun right now. I've thought about doing speedruns of this before in the past, but and then I saw Unwary do his, and just how you can break the game, and I'm like, yeah, it's a little too advanced for me. I'll stick with getting my butt kicked casually. I don't know what it is, but like mission 4 or level 4, chapter 4, here we go, look at the screen, it'll actually tell me what it is in this game. Chapter 4, and this game just kicks my butt relentlessly. The boss on that level is just... I always had the worst problems. Once I get past them, the rest of the game is pretty much a breeze. I can just keep sailing through. If you have this on an Xbox... If you have yourself an Xbox One or Xbox One X, it plays this game so much better. It is backwards compatible. It gets rid of all the slowdown, but there is an emulation problem where it will drop your inputs. I think it's like every 200 frames or something like that. it'll drop an input, it'll drop a frame, so you have to be careful about that, because sometimes you might see a stutter or just not have something come out.
You don't have a clue where I can find Ryu Hayabusa?
No one knows where a ninja goes. If he isn't at the Hayabusa village, he could be halfway around the world. Sonia, was it? Do you have business with Ryu?
I do.
And what might that be?
All I'll say is that it concerns the Archfiend.
Oh, the Archfiend.
Tell me, why does a woman with no personality like to have a man who has personality? What attracts you to that? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm old. I got confused. I mean, he has no personality, and your personality or something else. Entirely. Two of them. Because Itagaki. I don't know why I fell. They didn't get my legs, but okay. He's got a splitting headache. And clear sinuses for that one. Clawman, X-Man. It's like a Mega Man game. They're just like listing what they have.
We have the woman.
Kidnapping Man.
More Ryu Hayabusa.
Cool, so I have all my weapons. Alright. Let's do Tofas for fun.
Oh, why, if it isn't...
Oh, let me skip by accident. Okay, cool. Usually it doesn't let you do it. I guess since I've beaten the game already, it's like, yeah, you can skip it. Let's see, not this button. Okay, so there's no option to get rid of the in-game hints. Okay. And they're dead. Let's see, what about the lunar staff? Do I have that? Yes, I do. It's not upgraded. Really? Am I on level 1 for everything here? Level 1. So I have all the weapons, but they're level 1. Okay. Like, wait a minute. Everyone's like, yeah, that's a good idea. He just hit our friend with a wooden object and made his limbs explode. We totally got this. So not quite sure what their logic is, but they're dedicated at least. So I was hoping everything would be more than level 1, so it's kind of a disappointment. Yeah, that's just a little too easy. Exploding man thing. Yeah, we'll go back to something a little bit trickier. Let's do... Did I just break the game? It's like, it's a loading screen apparently. I expect you to go through the door. Oh. Yeah, so level 1 Claw's not that great. Everything level 1 not that great, except for Tonfas. Those seem to be really rolling, but... Alright. Let's see. What is my button? Right trigger is what recalibrates the view. Okay. It slices, it dices, it keeps the kids off your neighbor's lawn. It is the Ryu Hayabusa. Something I also fixed for the third game, or not the third game, the PlayStation 3 port, was the camera got pulled out a little bit better, so you could see what's going on a little bit easier when doing all your crazy execution and ultimate techniques. I have to stop and think, like, what are they called again? Oh, but I will tell you though, having played the third game not too long ago, Razor's Edge, that this one feels like a lot. Like you can chain things up through a lot faster. You are a lot more violent and lethal in this game. I mean, 3 was like, they really slowed it down. This way you just go flying from one person right to the next pretty seamlessly. I also think the PS3 version also instantly applied all this stuff too. It's like, hey, you gotta... No, that's right, the Lives of the Thousands God wouldn't do it, but I think the other ones would. You know, the skulls would instantly go on, like you would have to stop and put them on. Wow, I forgot how much loading is in this game. Good lord. It's like, I think they're dead. Yeah, so in this game, this version, you have a finite amount of arrows. So you're constantly looking for arrows, you have to be careful. They do a lot of damage. Like, you can also ultimate charge them up, like you were seeing there for a second ago. So what they did in the PlayStation 3 version, or to balance it a little bit better, was they made it so you have infinite arrows. So you're like, cool, awesome, but they took away the ability to do the charge up ultimate attack with them, so they're not as overpowered. They're pretty weak. I don't think I can shoot and do it in the air too. Let me see. Oh, I can. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's like the big thing is that they got nerfed down really hard. So they gave an infinite amount, but they're not going to do as much. No, stop grabbing on. There we go. Should probably just hold off doing that for now, because I know it's going to be a while since I actually can use them, so... Savey save. Oh, how to miss. Very easily. I think also in Sigma they leveled out this platform. I think that this little bump up here was taken out because you had weird things like this happen where you're just kind of clipping up and down. Normally the lunar staff is supposed to be right here. Do it again! Oh! Game's like, no, you're doing too well. We ain't having that. We know you're messing around by having better weapons you're supposed to have right now. One time I was streaming, I had the lunar staff out and did the ultimate technique. It landed down on this rock because, like, when you have a fully charged lunar staff, it surrounds everything in fire, and it bounced off the rock and it kept the fire on the end of my lunar staff. So every single time I was hitting somebody, they were on fire. It was like the coolest glitch you could have happen, and there's no way to replicate it, unfortunately. Now the thing is, like, I actually own a pair of Tonfas, and I do know how to use them. Ryu's are way too big. They'd be basically smashing into his sides and his thighs and everything, and it's unwieldy. They're not practical at all. They look cool, but they are way too big. Ooh. You know, let's have some fun. Let's do something different. We're gonna do like a Tonfa run. Let's just stick with the Tonfas and just use that for the rest of the game. We'll see. It'll be a little crazy. I am all for crazy. Pardon me. Okay, game. Yeah, because anytime you're on a slope, this game kind of freaks out a little bit. I mean, this game, it looks pretty solid. I used to think it was that way. But then I started watching on where he played on his streams when he was doing it for a while, and yeah, you learned that this game was kind of rushed. They took some shortcuts. Certain things don't work out quite right. So what are my improved moves with this now? Techniques. Okay. Yeah, this transition always felt off to me. Like, when you jump down here, it always seems like you're going to a completely different part of the level. I mean, just not like upper and lower, but like, it just doesn't feel like it matches. Pretty sure there's nothing down there. Yeah. So normally I just go running past these guys, but I'm like, let's just stop and fight them. I never do that. Or I'm just turning these people into mincemeat. So you actually get a pretty decent amount of money. I mean, normally you wouldn't have Tonfas like this to just whip through everybody, but... Oh yes, I love this. Should I go into the building where they're keeping the person kidnapped? No, no, no. We're gonna go to the opposite building. We're gonna make the coolest entrance possible. And then, like, the developers for the third game are like, you know what? We like this whole thing about Ryu being able to suddenly fly. We're gonna have him just, like, leaping out of airplanes at, like, 30,000 feet, halo jumping almost, and just landing with no parachute, and he's perfectly fine. I gotta say, I have missed playing this game. It's just so crazy. Oh, did not see that guy. Yeah, I think they made that better on Sigma, too. Because it always seems like it never did anything with that. It's like, it hurts people around you, but it didn't seem to, like, kill outright. Change that back to the Piercing Void. Pardon me. I apologize if I'm shouting right now. I literally cannot hear myself. I have to keep an eye on the audio levels very tightly and closely. I'm on steroids for back, which seem to be mostly working. I mean, they're not the best, but they unfortunately make me lose my hearing. They make me go deaf. So if they have to keep me on this long term, they gotta put me on something different, because this isn't working. I mean, it is working, but it's causing too many problems. Yeah, Sigma 2 also had reduced enemy counts as well. So I would still love to see, and I know the PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, which is a joke, is right around the corner, coming out literally in like 3 months. We still don't even know what the prices are going to be. That's how insane this console generation is. It's coming up. I would still love to see an Ultimate Collection of this. Ninja Gaiden Black, the Ultimate version of Ninja Gaiden 2, which is basically taking the best elements of this, which is high enemy count, difficulty, violence and gore, dismemberment, and then taking the improvements for Sigma 2, which is the PlayStation 3 port of this, where you have rebalanced weapons, weapon shops, and extra characters, bring that over, make it into an Ultimate version, and then port over Razor's Edge just for fun. You know, just have all three of them together, release them out, charge $60. I don't care. It's 3 games. I would buy it to have that ultimate version of it. Just even for Ninja Gaiden 2, just an ultimate edition like that, I would pay money for that. Bring it out on Xbox One. Bring it on PlayStation 4. Bring it out on Steam. Put it on PC. I would do that too. I would be all over this on Steam, on PC version. I mean, I would be down to clown if this ever got released on Steam. Even vanilla Ninja Gaiden 3. Well, maybe not that, but the rest of it would be really cool. Speaking of PC, looks like Cemu Emulator is now able to play Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge pretty decently. I was playing it the other day, I was having some slowdown spots, but I mean, it's getting a lot better. Before, the game just wouldn't work right, period. Need 20,000, okay. Yeah, we're gonna just do pure Tonfas. We're not gonna do Dragon Sword, anything else. Against my better judgment, we're just gonna let it rock. So the reason why I'm excited for Razor's Edge being playable on the Wii U emulator is because that allows you to do things like you can practice a lot easier. Maybe possibly, I don't know, they might allow emulated runs for it, might be able to work on a task for it finally. Because there are some Wii U, there is a Wii U tool out there for tasking. It's not the best, however. Come down here where it's easier to fight. Yeah, so this game is hyper-violent, as you can tell. There's blood, body parts everywhere. It serves a purpose. I mean, not like just being gratuitous, because that was like a complaint that people had, apparently, for the original Xbox Ninja Gaiden Black, was like, hey, you're a ninja, you have heads coming out, stuff like that, but they just disappear. You're like, okay, well, let people there. And some of the levels get kind of sprawling and loop back on themselves, and you can kind of get turned around, so if you find a whole bunch of body parts like that, you know that, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Let's right myself around here. Which becomes problematic in the PlayStation 3 version because everything disappears in a puff of purple. I guess maybe because PlayStation 3 didn't have enough RAM already. I mean, it makes the game look pretty good, but that's why you had like reduced enemy count, so you didn't have slowdown problems. Not as many enemies come flying at you in that version. But I'm guessing maybe all the extra body parts there would also slow it down too and caused issues. That's the only reason I can think of why they removed it for that. Alright, let's see if I can do this right. If you can land up a charged ultimate attack on this boss, you can take about one hit, at least with the level 2 Dragon Sword. I don't know about Tonfa's.
You shall not pass.
Wow, it's Gandalf. He's gotten really funky. Gandalf the Grey has joined the Spider Clan. So what happens when you fight a Balrog and fight through, like, fall through the earth for 3 days straight.
Coming with us. Stop struggling. Take us up.
I can't remember why they wanted her to begin with.
Have her, Ryu Hayabusa. She's just a tool of the CIA. You bought us the time.
Yeah, I really don't know why they're trying to kidnap her to begin with. I mean, story is not really this game or series' strong suit, to be honest. But that's not why we play it.
So, what does the CIA want with me?
Why are the agents dressed like other hookers?
The fiends are trying to resurrect the Archfiend. We can't let that happen.
I see the agency's broadened its horizons.
Ryu, they're heading for the Hayabusa village. They're after the demon statue. Your clan is in danger.
Remember that thing from the first Nintendo games? Ah, throwback. So my clan's in danger, but they're all supposed to be dead already. Everyone was wiped out but myself. And apparently your dad. You learned that in this game too, so there's only 2 people surviving in the Hayabusa clan. But somehow there's more people, and then by the 3rd game it's fully repopulated and no one just explains anything. Really hear that game spinning. I should probably try to install this to the hard drive. Because we can do on the 360s, you can install games to your hard drive, but you still need to have the disc in there to basically play it. It's like an authenticator. Like, oh yes, you do have this, like you didn't rent it and then return to the store or something like that. Although if you press to find a store still selling 360 games, it's not a Retro or GameStop.
Why am I not surprised?
Why do I feel like I'm going to be fighting you 5 more times throughout this game?
The vaunted dragon ninja bloodline has withered, Joe Hayabusa.
Your embrace of the evil way has consumed you.
Yeah, my dad was a firefighter,
Ninja way knows neither good nor evil.
and
Corruption of the soul.
you get into rooms like they're that inflamed, they would be in serious trouble.
Are severed tonight.
Would barely be able to breathe. It'd be at least 900 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like 480 Celsius. So it's like, yeah, it's like you'd be in major trouble right there. Your skin would be on fire, the clothes would be on fire. You would not be fighting it out in there. You'd be burning alive very quickly and very painfully. Haven't done a Izuna drop in a while. I'm like, let's do that. Great. Ryu's childhood friend and shrine maiden of the dragon lineage. What other techniques we have? Oh, that's a throw. Okay. I see. See, it's like, this is funny because I used to like never use the tonfas at all. I didn't think they were that good. And my friend, Crying Devil, he's changed his name. He used to be known as Furry Pursuer. He renamed to Crying Devil. He's like, dude, the tonfas are amazing. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I was like, so I started using them. I'm like, okay, I can see what you mean. I only gained 3,000 essence from last time? Jeez. Yeah, the Tonfas have like a really cool get off me combo, which is light, light, forward, light, Y. It like kind of spins around like everything. It just gets like everybody away from you. Oh yes, here comes the projectile spam. Let me take a look at something. I can't remember if I ever got the... No, do not do that. I can't remember if I ever got the achievement for... There's a couple ones for this game. Where is it? It's been so long. Here we go, achievements. .44 out of 70, not too bad. Ultimate techniques, obliteration. So I did get these two. Okay. I think it gives you something like 5 achievement points for beating the game with the Kasurigama only. And this fight also includes the first one, like the very first fight, and also when you fight Wolf and you get his scythe, you have to quickly switch off that. Hey! Random Dutch Gaming. El Shaddai, oh god, that game just murdered me. Oh man. So it was part of my second chances series that I've been doing for games, and I had to abandon that. Usually I dedicate 6 to 8 hours, which is like 2 streams, playing games, and I'm like, after an hour and a half, my eyes were hurting, and it was annoying me. I was like, I gotta stop playing this game. It's the only one I've had to do that with. Hopefully you're doing well tonight, by the way. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, El Shaddai was just... Oh, that was murder. That is, like, the first game I was actively, like, really annoyed with. Other than, The Last of Us. Oh, man, that game filled me with rage, too. Ooh. Now, is it the Devil May Cry that everybody hates, but it's actually a really good game? Yeah, the reboot. Yeah, exactly. It's funny how I've talked to people who are like, that game's garbage. It's like, he's an asshole at first. It's like, yeah, it's like, did you keep playing the game? Or like, no, I just played the one level. It's like, keep playing the rest of the game. It's quite good. He changes by the end. I actually like it better than the mainline series, which I know is blasphemy to people, but... For me. Yeah, the way about acting and stuff, but gameplay is where it's at. It's got a pretty cool combo system, too. What I liked about it, like, the most is, like, it was also, like, structured, too. As in, like, you know, you had, like, Devil May Cry 4, which was basically, like, you could tell that game was rushed and unfinished. Oh, man, I'm right on a loading point. But I mean, it was like you're constantly traveling everywhere here, but then like you get more structured. It's like you're able to go around and like, you know, it was more focused. Is what I'm trying to get to while I'm like getting my butt kicked because I can't do too many things at once, apparently. Ooh, combo system in this one is like very, very fast. Have you played Ninja Gaiden Black would be my question. That's like the first question, number one. Have you played this or Razor's Edge, I should ask? Because this is not like Devil May Cry. Okay, so if you played the one on the original Xbox, that's like that's Ninja Gaiden Black. Or the original, like, 04 vanilla version. And this builds upon it. I would say if you're looking for something that's closer to, like, Devil May Cry, Bayonetta series, if you haven't played that, that'd be really good. That'd be, like, a closer fit to Devil May Cry. This game's fast. You have a counter system. Fights are very brutal, but, I mean, it's all, like, really super twitchy. Okay, so you played a lot of Bayonetta. Good, yeah, because, I mean, that's, like, literally, like, Bayonetta is, like, the closest thing to Devil May Cry. Because, I mean, same people involved, so that's not a big shocker there. Perfect, okay. Yeah, so I would liken, like, the first game... Yeah, so, like, the Devil May Cry reboot would be kind of remind me more of, like, Bayonetta 1's combat system, and Ninja Gaiden 2 reminds me more of Bayonetta 2, where it's just more streamlined combat. You have your blocking like this, where you have, like, your quick dash, you hold it down, you do a dash out of the way. If you hit one of your attack buttons, you have a timed counter, which can open people up for more counterattacks and so forth, so it's not a bad game. I mean, you can get this pretty cheap, I would think. Not sure what it's going for these days. You know, with game prices going up like crazy, you just never know. Let's see, Ninja Gaiden 2 360. Okay, even like complete in box is going to cost you between, I'm not sure where you're at, I'm in the United States, $9 to $15 complete with shipping. So it's a cheap game, so I'd say pick it up anyway if you want a good action game. It's backwards compatible. You know, if you ever get yourself an Xbox One or Series X, whatever's coming around the corner, you'll play this again, so you're set. I hate these guys. It's one thing I really liked about the PlayStation 3 version is they got rid of a lot of projectile spam. Oh yeah, the game is like, it's really cheap, which I'm happy to see. Because, I mean, that's the thing, is you never know with games these days. They seem to be climbing, some of them climb up really high. last stream I did a full walkthrough or a full playthrough of a full motion video game on PlayStation 1 called Fox Hunt. And that game now costs between $180 to $250. I'm like, why is this game this expensive? It's just, for whatever reason, it's just gone up in price for a FMV game that didn't sell for anything, so... So this is real cheap. I think Ninja Gaiden Black. It's also backwards compatible on the Xbox 360. That I think is still around $15, $20. Razor's Edge, for whatever reason, is going up in price. That's one I don't get either. Let's see. Let's go back to eBay real quick. Ninja Gaiden Black. Factory sealed, $180. Yeah, you're not going to get that. 120. These people are nuts. So basically, Ninja Gaiden Black will cost you anywhere between... looks around $20. $20 to $30. Let's see, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. Oh, this game is going up in price for whatever reason. This one will cost you around $40 to $50 for the 360. So... this is still dirt cheap. I'd still pick this up if you can. Alright, got enough to upgrade. So let me ask you here. I'm just going to call you random. Just to keep it simple, because my brain sucks with names, and my apologies. Nothing personal. But what did you think about Devil May Cry 5? Personally, for me, I was bored. I was like really bored with Devil May Cry 5. It just seemed... oh, you play it daily. Okay, well, I guess you like it then if you play it daily. For me, I just found it like extremely boring. Like, it wasn't much of a challenge. I mean, I guess maybe I should like kick up the difficulty more and stuff, but it was like everything, it just seemed like to be more about, let's just do a cool combo and rack up your combo meter versus like utilitarian, like having to fight your way through. Like, this is a really basically fight to survive. Bayonetta is also a fight to survive as well type game. I mean, you can do crazy combos and stuff, but you know, it just seemed like they were just more interested in like, okay, these people are like jobbers that die in 3 hits, but just see if you can juggle them 40, 50 times each. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little bored with it, but that's just my view on it. It's actually on my list to go back and play during my Second Chances series, so I'll be giving it another go for sure. Still trying to master V. I see. I think I stopped playing it right after I got V. Like the first time I went through and completed that level, I'm like, I'm just done for now. Yeah, do I have a 360? Okay, I don't have the ability to do a charge though, so I do have a 360 get off me move though. Okay. I said it's weird. It's like I've never really played this with the Tonfas before. Like I barely touched them before in the past. My friend's like, dude, Tonfas are amazing. Use them more. So I decided I'm just gonna use them for the stream tonight. Of course, it opens up after completion. Okay. But I played it on the PC, so I'm pretty sure I could just snag like a save file somewhere or something, drop it in where somebody's completed, just so I can get the higher difficulties right off the bat. So it's on my list of games to play during second chances, so I'll definitely be giving it another go. What was that combo? Let's see, what was it? 2 X's, 3 Y's, okay. Trying to remember what it is. There is this one move, and Crying Devil's told me about it a million times, and I never remember it. Where it's basically, it's like you do this, like... Pardon me, I'll try that again here. Maybe that's it there. Basically, you do like this one move, knocks him on the ground, you do this like short flip, and then like it just scoops him off the ground and like does like an Azuna drop on him instantly. It's just like, and it doesn't take much, it's like 2 or 3 hits and it does an Azuna drop, and I'm like, how do I do this? I never remember how to do it. He's told me like a million times, he's like, it's really simple, dude, just do this. And I'm like, oh yeah, and I just never sticks. See what else do I have on my lists. So other games I have on my second chances, Killzone Shadowfall, which is another launch game I had. And by the way, let me know if I'm yelling. I literally am deaf right now. I can't hear what I'm saying. Thanks to medication I'm on right now for the moment. So Killzone Shadowfall, Spider-Man, maybe Astral Chain. I was really disappointed in that game, if I can get my Switch working right. Infamous Second Son, Hollow Knight, and then I also have Devil May Cry 5. And then if somebody wants to donate $50 in bits, I'll play The Last of Us for one stream. I hate that game so much. And Persona 5, I'd throw that on there for maybe $20 in bits. If somebody wanted to get saucy, which I don't expect anybody to ever... There's only two rules I have on my stream, which is let me know if there's a technical problem or something I can fix, like audio balancing, whatever. And don't be a jerk. That's pretty much the only rules here. Simple rules to live by, really. But I forgot I was gonna go with this, but oh well. But yeah, the other thing is, like, I don't beg for subscriptions. I don't like say, hey, you gotta, you know, if I don't get like $20 in bits, then I'm not gonna do this. It's like, this is like a joke basically for the other games, like to play them just like as a ruse, because I don't expect anybody to ever do it, and I'll probably do it anyway. Your wife and I wanted to call my mom. Dude! Dang gummit, woman, I'm Tassin! Make sure, I'm pretty sure you said that as a crotchety prospector too. I'm getting done with my Tassin, I'm going looking for gold! That's cool, like I said. Don't worry about it, it's all good. Yeah, just misses me like trying to ramble and remember things and not doing too well at that, and then talking about different games. Basically every stream that I've ever done. Dude, lame. Yeah, like I said before, I own a pair of Tonfas. I know how to use them. These are way too big. These are ridiculously way too big. Like, they should be a little bit bigger than your forearm and elbow. Like, a little bit sticking out, maybe like about 2 or 3 centimeters or an inch or two longer at the hilt, like above your knuckles. So you can like do like a jabbing punch, but they're mostly defensive, like to basically block a weapon coming in, and you can also like swing strike it down to like to break a leg, take out a kneecap, wrist, whatever. You can hook and throw. These are ridiculously way too big. These are impractical. You wouldn't be able to use these at all. Even like a simple strike like that, you would not be able to do. You'd be cracking your ribs. Yes. Leave it to me, be like, this weapon is impractical from a fighting technical stance here. I can't believe they allowed such nonsense to happen in this game. See, this is where I need the bow and arrow. Yeah, so the Xbox 360 version of this game made it so you had infinite arrows, but they nerfed them. Butt nerf! Coming to you soon, this Christmas. Butt nerf! But, yeah, so they give you infinite arrows, but they are, like, ridiculously weak. You can't do an ultimate charge attack. So that's a trade-off, is like maybe... I think it takes like 3 arrows to do 1 arrow's damage from this game. It's ridiculously high. Yeah, like this ultimate attack, you can't do that normally. Alright, this fight gave me some issues. We'll see if it still does. Come closer. Good boy. Who would have known that having a level 3 weapon would not make it too hard of a thing to do? Interesting. Let's see. Door. There we go. Green's spiritual life. That's one way to say getting drunk on the job. Are you getting drunk on the job, Hayabusa? No, no, no. It's grains of spiritual life. I need this to live. It's like, yeah, that's what alcoholics say. You need to go into like a ninja 12-step program. Dude, stop! It's funny, it tells you all these things like later after you've had to use them in the very first level just to even get past it. It's like, did they... Like, it makes me wonder, like, was this supposed to be, like, the very first level originally? Or, you know, like, what was your thought process on this? Like, you can attack people by hitting the X or Y button, maybe in conjunction to form combos. It's like, oh, thank you, I didn't know this at the end of the game. I was confused. Okay, this part I remember being kind of annoying. Oh no. I remember one time, a long time ago, I was streaming this game, and I think it was a GBM or YKB were streaming. I didn't know they were streaming, and then they hosted me. And, like, GBM sees me playing this game, he's like, and I just, like, literally caused a person to explode by hitting with an arrow. He's like, did you just blow that guy up by hitting with an arrow? I'm like, yeah. Hi! Oh, I got all the best raids ever. GBM raids? Hell yeah. That's what I saw, like, she's been streaming, like, YKB's been streaming occasionally now, and, like, every time that she's been streaming, I found out, like, after the fact, because I've been, like, out running around or doing something that was needed or at an appointment somewhere. So I was like, oh, man. So she's been streaming sporadically now, but I don't know if she has a set schedule or if she was deciding to do it when, you know, just because she's got nothing else going on. Hey, it's Twallis! When Binjog got raided by Trihex, 10,000 viewers got dumped in. Holy cow. Game needs more Trojans and Crows to explode. Need more dive-bombing eagles like the original game. Oh, come on. 8 by input. Good to see it, Twallis. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, what Maximilian dude, like, you've seen, like, I've hosted him before, and you're like, wow, I've never seen that many people before, you know, just hanging out. He'll raid people after his stream sometimes, and it's the same thing, like, just total insanity. Like, it could have 15,000 people just suddenly get dropped in, like, from a raid. Let's get over here, so that we don't have to worry about people. So yeah, I would love to see an ultimate version of this, as I said before. Because I'm playing the Xbox 360 version, take all the violence, dismemberment, high enemy counts, difficulty, take all this, keep that, grab the balanced weapons, and shopping from 3, which lowered down the prices, so you can buy more things. You actually got, like, level... Like, you were not supposed to be able to get, like, level 3 weapons in that version by now, but you can 360 like I'm using. Extra characters, bring that over, form it into one game, put it in with releases of Ninja Gaiden Black and even Razor's Edge, throw that on the Xbox One X Series Hyper Edition Fighting Championship Edition, PlayStation 4 and Steam, charge $60, I'd be all over it. I would pay for that. I would be down. Not sure what you're aiming at, but okay. Oh, trust me, that is a very valuable strategy in this game too, Twalis. It has its uses. Wow, it actually shot through that, okay. Wasn't expecting to work. I'm like, well, I'm getting blocked by the statue. Oh yeah, the other big thing from Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, which is the PlayStation 3 port of this game, the infinite arrows. So you don't have to worry about running out of arrows, but they are severely nerfed. It's like 2.5 to 3 arrows equals the power of just 1 in this game. Yes. Well, I know what's going on with this project. One of them. Haha! It's coming. There are issues. Things are being done, inputs are being inputted. Results do happen. And he should be done with Skynet pretty soon, I think. Okay, so I have my first Genshin fight up here, like first of like 5 in this game. Genshin's another one of my weaknesses. I don't know what it is, but I always have problems fighting him, at least the first time. Alright, so let's see. Doing Tonfa only right now. Well, that's the problem, Twalis, is that double switch is random. There is... Unless they find out a way to, like, manipulate the start somehow, then you're gonna get, like, one of... I think it's one of 5 different patterns at the start. And then from there, especially if you're playing the PC version, which is glitchy as hell, it's... all bets are off. So you might be able to do it on the Saturn version, if... Yeah, you might be able to do it on Saturn or Sega CD. The new one, probably not. So let's see, what weapon should I do? I mean, I'm sticking with Tonfa's, but... Guess maybe we should do... Ooh, Vigorian Flails? Yeah, let's up some nunchucks here. Let's up some chucks. Oh, here's a technique that tells you how to finish off injured enemies for $300. You just hit the Y button. I've been doing it all this time. I've been like really thinking like, well, now I have the PlayStation fixed. I could do a speedrun of Fox Hunt. And like make myself the moderator for the game because nobody's done it yet. And then say, yeah, so, and then it has to be legitimate copies of the game. You can't use burned copies and then laugh as everybody tries to struggle to buy a $200 game to play. That's called gatekeeping, boys and girls. And I actually saw a person do that for, gosh, there's a game like that. I'm trying to remember what it is. I saw it. Oh yeah, it's a PlayStation 2 game. Let me Google search that. PS2. What is the name? Yeah, I've heard about the Complex. There's actually another game that just came out that's actually... It's on the Switch. It's coming to PlayStation and Steam. I think it's out on Steam already. But it is a full-motion video game. You know, it's actually Japanese made, so I'm like, ooh, okay, cool. Let's see, was it PS2 game? It's not helping. Anyway, I should have it. Hold on. I know you're just staring here waiting this year while I like try to look up a game that no one cares about. Bunjai, yeah, Bunjingai? The Forsaken City. What is that selling for? Because that person... UN, or is he Bujingai? Okay, it's come down in price. For a while, this game was like, for whatever reason, it was up around like the $100 to $200 mark, like for crazy. I guess people finally realized, wait a minute, this game's not that good. We should like, you know, stop it. So the person who has it said they're, you know, who is the moderator for that game on speedrun.com said, you can't do emulators, you can't do everything else, you have to have legitimate copies, because at the point it was an expensive game, and the guy didn't want to have anyone competing with him. It was like, that's just a dick move. You guys remember the old game Hero? No, I don't. Google that real fast. It's a 2600 game. Oh, Jesus rocks. Oh, God, I hate that guy. Oh, yeah, it's the one you got like the little helicopter thing running around. Okay, yeah, I've seen that before. It's been a long time. Going through it for a final pass. Can't believe we're still fighting frames. Huh, cool. So you're doing it for the C64. Okay, yeah, because I just managed to find this like quick Google search said Atari 2600. I'm like, cool, we'll do with that. Basically challenge each other. You find frames each of our tasks and add others' names to it. Interesting. So it's like, I guess that'd be a collaboration at that point. Yeah, so Dr. D 2009. Neat. Yeah, I tried tasking, as you know, and it's just like, it's too tedious for me to do. It's interesting to see behind the scenes how it works and stuff, and all the crazy things you have to do for it, but I'm like, it's too much for me. Maybe someday I'll do it for Super Mario World if nobody ever does my Super Buddhist Mario tasks, but which everyone's welcome to steal and do. I mean, I'm a ninja, I can survive much worse. I mean, my son drops out of helicopters from 20,000 feet and hits the ground without a parachute.
This statue is the talisman of Mount Fuji.
Now,
It's snowing on Mount Fuji. Is that how that works with the,
The gates of the
stuff?
underworld are open.
the thieves are unleashed.
Cat's still in the closet.
Father,
When will we see Russell play Ghost of Tsushima? I know what you meant. Where the game is called. Whenever somebody buys it for me. How about them? How about them apples?
You must be Genshin.
And you must be
I've actually thought about buying it. That or double dipping for,
ninja would die
what is it?
eager to
Drawing a blank out of it all of a sudden. Death Stranding for PC. But I'm kind of holding off it. I'm trying to save up some money. Yeah, if the morgue ever drops by again, he's always welcome on the stream, of course. Yeah, anybody who wants can donate those bits, and I'll never get them
your
for about another 3 years.
generations. Bloodline of the Dragon Ninja ends here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get my butt kicked during this fight. I can't remember how to fight Genshin. By the way, no, I'm not supposed to be dying here. I'm supposed to be winning this fight. Like I said, I don't remember how to fight him. He's just annoying. Yeah, he does stuff like that, then all of a sudden... It's like, game, come on. Game, where are you going? Yeah, game's like, no, we're not gonna focus on him attacking anymore. Good luck. Okay, so he's gotta hope for counters. Yeah, hopefully I'm not yelling or anything right now. I really can't hear what I'm saying, so.
Go now.
Noticed a lot more cleavage streamers on Twitch lately. Or is it like one of those things where you're like looking for it and your brain like confirms it? I forgot what it's called. Like you're driving along the road, you're thinking, I don't see green cars a lot, and then all of a sudden you're gonna start noticing green cars because your brain's focusing on picking that up. Maybe you're just looking for those cleavage streamers. Maybe you're the one donating to them, Twals. They show up in recommended channels all the time. That I don't know. I didn't even know Twitch had a recommended streamers thing. Yeah, I wish I could be a simp. No, so, but basically, the only way that I'd play Ghost of Tsushima is probably like if somebody were to buy it for me for my birthday, which is coming up next month, very soon, September 14th. As bad as it is, because like my political views are like basically something I don't really talk about, but I'm more of like less government type person, big surprise. So at so on one hand I'm like, ooh, I'd like another $1,200 please from the government. That'd be awesome. But at the same time I'm like, oh god, we're just gonna have to pay it back. We're bankrupting the country, things like that. But if they had done another round of stimulus money instead of doing the payroll tax, which is gonna help people like my brother, like the payroll holiday, basically getting rid of payroll tax income for those like 7% pay boost for everybody pretty much under $100,000. I was basically going to buy Ghost of Tsushima, and I was actually going to buy one of those arcade 1-ups that has X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom and Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. I was going to buy one of those, and even though I've been against most of those, I was like, I was going to buy one. That was going to be my birthday gift, but looks like that's not going to happen, so I'm back to being almost broke. I actually have enough money to buy a game right now, but I'm trying to hold off on it. I do have a girlfriend, the lovely Carmen San Luis Obispo. Not affiliated with that Carmen San Diego lady who's been trademarked. So I try to make sure I have money to at least, spend on her or do something like a date.
A glittering island. An exquisite city of stardust. Breathtaking.
Then, of course, it's never required in my channel to subscribe or donate bits or anything like that. I just do this for fun. I really do. I've been streaming for like 4 years just for fun. Rachel Ray cookbook. My mom actually got me a Rachel Ray cookbook one time as a joke for my birthday. Oh, you've been going hungry for a lunch once a month, Nivix. I'm telling you that before. You've been going hungry, not buying those 2 candy bars for 1 day a month. You could have been donating that money to starving kids in Africa, but nope, you've been giving that to me. You monster. But no, my mom actually got me a Rachel Ray cookbook for my birthday once as a joke because she knew how much I hate Rachel Ray. And I'm like, well, it's a good doorstop or manure shovel, or I'm just gonna set it on fire. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So she ended up like donating to the library. It was like, it was those things you look through it and like there was maybe one decent recipe in the entire book, and the rest of it's like you don't have functional taste buds at all, ever. Yeah, it's like Rachel was like, somebody bought my cookbook. One gullible person bought my cookbook. And I seriously doubt that she came up with like 365 recipes of her own. It's like, no. Yeah, it's like if you have really good bowel movements, you could use one page. Well, actually, be economical. Both sides, Don't just use one side of your toilet paper either. Think of the environment. Use both sides. Recycle. 20,000 for Talisman of Rebirth? Ouch. Hey, I'm not the one that's sick like Mother Earth is and not recycling. Oh man, ninja dogs. I hate ninja dogs. That's why. I think there's one-hit juggle you. I think they got toned down in 3, or actually it got removed from a lot of places. But this is the 360 version, which is harder. Well, that's what the 3 seashells are. I mean, that's like the joke for Demolition Man. You don't know what the 3 seashells are? Back in the day, like well before our days, even though I was around when we clubbed the last dinosaur to death, yeah, you use like seashells, corn cobs, pine cones, your hand, whatever you had available, leaves, tall grass, it didn't matter. And let me tell you, in certain parts of the world, you still use your hand. Go to India. Notice they don't shake anybody with their with their left hand. Do not be left-handed in India and try to shake one with your left hand. I'm not. but one of the guys I was with on my job was, and like everyone's acting horror because that's what they use over there to wipe their butt is with their left hand. There we go, let's take a look at this. Rachel Ray cookbook. 50 memories and meals from a sweet and savory life. Is she like bragging about how she slept her way into into the media? Yeah, she brags about literally like how her parents had a restaurant, but she didn't know how to cook. She still doesn't know how to cook. God, this is just drivel. Eggplant, salt, 4th cup EVOO. It's quite a lot for that. Celery ribs. No, no, wrong. The hell are you? What are you? No. I mean, caponata is like, it's a Sicilian dish. It's basically you take eggplant and you stir fry it in with like, it's basically like an Italian stir fry. You stir fry it with like tomatoes, celery, just not the bushy parts there, and olives. It's very light, and like the sample recipe she has is like throwing cubanella peppers in there, frying peppers. Pistachios. It's like those are things you don't need in it. It's literally eggplant that's been cubed, a little bit of olive oil just to coat the bottom, just to cook it, just get it a little bit brown there. Celery, not just the leafy tops, the whole celery stalk, just one. You don't need onions in it there. You don't need peppers in it. You do need some garlic. You do want some tomatoes. You do want olives. That's it. That's all you need. And maybe some like a little bit of red pepper flake if you want to make it arrabbiata, like angry style, like hot. And then she's just like throwing more crap into it, of course. It's like, Jesus. Of course, you guys know, like, my trigger is like, oh, yeah, check this out. It's Rachel Ray. Ah, sucker. My girlfriend is starting to, like, learn the depths of, like, how much I do not like Rachel Ray. It's like, she knows, but, like, she's starting to, like, really understand, like, oh, wow. Whoa, I've never seen someone do that before. Okay, that was cool. I'm not even mad about that. Dude literally jumped off the top here and like came down on me. That is hilarious. I'm not even mad. Not at all. No, see, I found out that Carmen listens to country music, and I'm like, I need to rethink, like we need to talk. I mean, I love you and all, but we need to talk about our relationship here. If you're listening to country music on purpose. No, not really a Toy fan. Even when she was like, Shania was like active for like what, like 5 years, something like that. And she quit, like gave up the music business. Yeah, now I'll let you all in a little secret. I did listen to country music during the 80s. I didn't like rock music for a lot of stuff. I mean, I did have some albums. Like I did have, like I like Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction, AC/DC, Back in Black. Those killer albums. A little bit of Metallica here and there, but it's just like for majority I did not like rock music and all the poofy hair, spandex crap like that. I just did not like that style of music, of the rock music at the time. So I listened to country music during a lot of the 80s for the majority of it. Then a little band called Nirvana came onto the scene and just like killed all those spandex hair bands from the 80s, and rock music became safe again. And that's why I kind of went back to rock music and haven't really looked back. But you have like people like Tanya Tucker, like in the old days, like the 80s, 70s Tanya Tucker. I mean, that girl had a voice. Trisha Yearwood, you really can't sing without a computer. She was one of the first beneficiaries of autotune. But she's actually more known for cooking these days than her music, which I think is kind of interesting. Whoa. Didn't expect them to shoot that fast. Yeah, use a healing item. No. Make me. So, while I have access to everything, I forgot everything is like still level 1. Like even for Nimpo. Alan Jackson, gosh, who was the guy who had stroke? Google there. Randy Travis, he was big in the 80s. Reba McEntire. Yeah, it's like the 80s were not too bad for country music, to be honest. This song doesn't make you want to get up and drive a truck over a yellow car that nothing will. Oh yeah, Chattahoochee. Yeah, nothing says vehicular homicide like an Alan Jackson song from the early... Was it early 90s or was that late 80s? Must have been late 80s, I think. Can't remember. But actually, Carmen sent me a song the other day from... Gotta look it up. My memory shot tonight. I don't know what it is. I'm guessing it's the steroids because I mean it's caused major brain fog. And like I said, I apologize if I'm yelling. I'm literally not trying to. Country music. What's the name of the band? Lady Antebellum. She's like, hey, this song sounds just like our relationship, and I listened to it and I agreed, and I was kind of shocked to hear like how much pop country music has become. Ryu, what are you doing, buddy? You're not helping me. But the Ultimate Trucker song is still Lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying. By the Bloodhound Gang. People who did Fire, Water, Burn. And the Ralph Wiggum song, which is a song composed entirely 100% of Ralph Wiggum quotes. Really? Now, are you being facetious? Because Bureau of Land Management has been a little uppity for entirely wrong reasons, not related to things that would actually be good. It's like, hey, why not focus on these things that did do good? No. No, we must get upset about this one ridiculous thing that no one cares about. That's the big thing. Lady A, really? That's crazy. I don't know, I found it weird that, like, political correctness died down a whole lot for, like, 4 years. And it was kind of nice. People weren't supposedly getting upset over the dumbest things. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, it's come back in full swing and with a vengeance. It's like, why? I have a feeling I'm missing something here I'm supposed to be getting. I guess I wasn't. Okay. Yeah, it just seems like it's really weird because like it went away for the longest time and it was nice. It's like, oh, this is great. I remember these. I remember what this used to be like. The world the world pre 2008. That's when like you saw like the rise of that type of thinking, really. 2007, 2008, 2009. Oh, that's not how you're supposed to do it. That's the worst Aussie impersonation I've ever seen. Oh, just barely caught him. I was like, ah, I missed him. Game's like, nope, you got him. You're good. Path leads underground. We're going deeper underground. A song by Jamiroquai that not a lot of people remember. It's on the Godzilla soundtrack. That's another problem I have with Carmen too. Another reason why we got to break up. She likes country music, and she likes the 1997 Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie. It's the second woman I've dated who liked that movie. Oh no, it's gonna hurt. I think he's in it? I know Hank Azaria is the voice of Apu and Flanders, That's Harry Shearer I was thinking for a second, but Hank Azaria was Apu. Wiggum, Lou, one of the cops. It's funny because I actually saw a video of him breaking down the Simpsons voices he does. He's like Captain Lou, like, or Lou from the Cops, like on The Simpsons, was basically like the world's laziest Sylvester Stallone impersonation. It's like when you find out about that and you listen to it, you're like, yeah, you're right. Hey, Chief. Yeah, which is funny because when I was in India, they liked Apu. I mean, they were not like, they were like, oh, I can't believe you Americans have done this. Like, they loved Apu over there. It's people just getting upset for things that nobody really cares about. How dare he become a hard worker to provide for his family and make a better life and live the American dream, where he came as an immigrant, got a college degree, opened up a convenience store, and is managing it, and is successful. How dare he? And that was the craziest thing too, is like when I was in India, in order to be hired by AOL at the time, you had to be, in India, you had to have a college degree. And they spoke all like British English, so they did not sound like, you know, thank you for calling AOL. It was like, thank you for calling AOL. You know, it was like, wow, this is impressive. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it was pretty neat to see. And then poor Ronald. There was a guy I worked with back in the stateside at AOL. His name was Ron. He had immigrated from India when he was like a teenager. And he had an Indian accent, but he had, like, I gave him like special permission to change his grading. It used to be like, thank you for calling AOL features and premium services, you know, or whatever division we're doing through there, like Matrix technical support or whatever, because we did the Matrix online MMORPG. We actually did tech support for that, among a billion other things that AOL owned. We gave him like special permission to say, thank you for calling AOL. My name is Ronald, located in Tucson, Arizona. You know, how can I help you? And people would still go, oh, stupid India and stuff like that there, and they start abusing them. And that's when, like, you just signal for myself or somewhere else to come over there, and we do like, hi, if you look at your terms of agreement for AOL, you're not allowed to abuse our employees. We are located in Tucson, Arizona, and we are listening on the call. Your account's being terminated. You will not be getting a refund. Have a good day. Hang up, close your account, type in abusing staff racism, see this call number, that's it. And it was great. It's like AOL did not put up with people's shenanigans or nonsense like that at all. Because we were already putting up with the worst people possible for dealing with computers to begin with. Could have sworn there was going to be something right here. No! Don't double fire. Don't waste more of my arrows. So, you know, that poor old lady wanted to attract mail her daughter, couldn't figure out how to plug in her computer. We had people like that. We were actually allowed, when I worked technical support, to basically say, like, to tell people to take the computer back to the store because it was too complicated for them. Like, they're too dumb to use it. Now, we had to be tactful and polite when saying it. We couldn't say, you're just too damn dumb to figure this out. But there are some people who just could not get it. Like, they were just in over their head. We'd give them the most basic of directions. Like, you'd ask them, like, what version of Windows are they using? And this is back when Windows, like, if you clicked on the start button, it would actually say up the left-hand side what version of Windows you're running. So I would tell people, like, do you see the start button lower left-hand corner? Click on that once to bring it up. Use the left button click for everything I tell you. Do not touch the right or I'm going to come cut off your finger. Like, put your left ear to your left shoulder, turning your head sideways. They're like, what? I'm like, just trust me, do this. What does it say? They're like, oh, Windows 97 OS 9.2. I'm like, okay, you're too stupid to figure that out. That's not even a thing. You're just making crap up. I'd be polite, like, no, there's not really that version. I'm not sure why you're reading that there. You know, it's not a real thing there that you're seeing there, sir. But tell me what. Did you just get this computer? Like, yeah. Okay, great. Do you still have the receipt, the box, and everything? Like, yeah. Like, well, if you really want to, you know, what you can actually, because you just got a computer, if you pack it all up the way it was there, you can actually take it to the store and get your money back, because you're still within that 90-day time period that stores need for the returns. And every single person I would do that with would give a sigh of relief, like, oh, thank God, I didn't know that was an actual thing. They're like, oh, thank God. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't want to buy a computer. It's just too advanced for me. And these are the people you had to tell them, like, how to turn on the computer, the monitor, tell them that the mouse was not a foot pad, the CD-ROM tray was not a cup holder, you know, things like this. These were, like, the worst of the worst. I mean, there's been that old, like, story about the person calling in for technical support, and this poor guy's pulling out their hair trying to get them online, and then you find out they're in the middle of a blackout, like a power outage. I had that call 4 times. I would always ask, I learned to ask after it happened to me the first time we went through it. This person was like, was not kidding. We're not trolling. You know, they weren't trying to meme before memeing was a thing or prank us. They would just, like, literally try to, like, you know, like, try to get online in the middle of a power outage. So I started asking, like, okay, is there any other lights on or anything in the room? Like, if, you know, they're like, no. It's like, is the power out? Yeah. Well, you can't use your computer right now, unfortunately. You just have to wait for it to come back up. Then we'll be happy to give you help if you have any other problems. But yeah, I mean, we literally talked to people like that. It was crazy. Remember, I get ambushed right here. So yeah, peanut butter, no, it was mostly coffee mugs is what it would be. Then I had my infamous blue sweater run-in, where basically AOL was pretty nice for how they had it in scripts, which was person would call in and they'd say something like, I don't hear, like, I can't connect to the internet. Okay, do you, like, when you connect, you know, connect to AOL, do you hear the modem go? And they'd say no. So you type in no modem and it'd bring up your script for it. If they gave you an error message directly out the bat, that was even better, because you just type in that, like, it was like a 3 or 4 digit number. It'd come up like error 207, whatever. Just type in 207, it'd bring up the script. Like, here's step-by-steps how you do it. So I had this really nice lady. I'm just going through and being really personal, like, hey, that's great. Okay, well, we're going to get you back online. And all right, so first thing we're going to do here is open this. You're going to see this pop up on your screen, right? And they're like, she's like, yeah, it's really great. So after about 3 or 4 steps for what we're doing to get our problem fixed, she's like, can you see me or something like that? I'm like, oh yeah, I can see you right now. In fact, that's a lovely blue sweater you're wearing today, ma'am. I hear silence for like 3 or 4 seconds, then screaming at the top of her lungs, oh my God, Harold, get in here. You're spying on me. Where's the computer? Where's the camera? Where are you looking? He comes running in there. He's like, you son of a bitch. Where's that camera? Turn it off. You can't be spying on us. I'm like, it's a joke. It's a joke. She was wearing a blue sweater. It was something stupid I said. She had me wearing a blue sweater. She thought I was spying on her. Like, it turned into this massive supervisor call. It took like 20 minutes, my poor supervisor, to talk this person down. And afterwards, like, you know, whenever we had a supervisor call, we'd always, like, have like a 5-minute little coaching session on it, just kind of unwind and just talk about how we can possibly prevent it, if it's something to even prevent it. A lot of times it's turned to be like us laughing at the customer for 5 minutes type deal, just to unwind. He's like, okay, 1, that was hilarious. 2, never do that again. It's like, don't. It's like, I know you like to crack jokes and the people at ease like that. It's like, never do that again. Like that was just like, no. Yeah, no, she didn't know how to use a computer or like keyboard or anything else like that too. But there they are. See, here they're coming up. And then we also had like we had celebrities as well. So when I got moved to the features and premium services, which is like their upper tier, we actually had a division that would just deal with celebrities and hire up people. Usually they'd be your assistants, but every once in a while you get to talk to cool people. Like I actually talked to Burt Reynolds. He was very nice. Mike Nelson from Mystery Science Theater 3000. Got to talk to him. And the singer Brandy, she was pretty cool too. But other than that, like usually like I'm the assistant for so and so. I'm like, okay, no problem. They'd be on the accounts. The authorized user was handling everything for the accounts. Is like no problem because the AOL would give these people like free internet access in order to like promote them. That was like freebies for them. But if they had problems, they'd still call it a special line, so they'd have to wait for very long for the main technical queue. It'd just go straight to the upper division. Nope, didn't speak to Charlie Sheen. Burt Reynolds, like I said, he was really funny and very polite. It was a really lot of fun to talk to him. But in training, they gave us warning, like for just general technical support. So I was originally hired in for when I started at AOL, and they're like, whatever you do, we monitor these things here. Like whenever you call, like whenever you pull into an account, you're automatically logged into there. We have a record to see who's accessing it. So you just can't go like, I want to see what Charlie Sheen's account is like because I want to help him with his porn addiction, as Twalis mentions. Like, hey, drop him a personal message like, hey, check out this site I really like in streaming 56K quality. But there's a record of it, and if you go into somebody's account without authorization, like they are not calling in, there's no record of a call-in or chat log support, because I did that too, you will be fired. And one lady in my, it was like, I think it was the second day of training, they were giving us this talk about it because we were finally getting with the computers and stuff. And she actually pulled up the singer Brandy's account. She's like, oh, look, it's Brandy's account right here. And she pulled it up, and he's like, the trainer's like, I just said you're going to be fired for doing that. Guess what happened? You're fired. Get out. It was like, and then he had to go into the account, notated, like was telling, he pulled it up on the screen so everybody could see, type in exactly what happened when she left. Like, okay, this is supervisor so-and-so for the training class. This person had pulled it up after being warned not to disregard any notes for this thing here. This is the reason why, ID number, everything. Because you had to notate everything you did on these people's accounts. Like, very, very well documented. Yeah, I mean, we've got like a lot of perks though. I mean, it was, when I got out of technical support, I liked the job a lot better, but it was still, to this day, AOL was one of the best jobs I ever worked, period. They gave us clothes, they gave us, I mean, you get like shirts, AOL shirts for them for like every like 2 or 3. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. The PS3 version's actually better for the camera quality in Twalis, for sure. They actually did improve it for that. But I mean, they gave us like clothes like every, I think it was actually once a month we get a brand new shirt from them, like different shirts. They change it up in different things because they actually, when you got hired, they'd ask you what your shirt clothes size was because they give you clothes. So you got that. Every 2 weeks we'd have a team meeting, which would be catered. So we would have like catered Olive Garden. Sometimes, one time we did McDonald's Happy Meals for fun. The local steakhouse, El Paso Steakhouse, would come in and feed us steak for a call center all day long. It's like, holy crap. I mean, it's like, and then we'd have access to like Rhapsody, which is kind of like Rhapsody would be like Spotify is today. I think Rhapsody probably turned into that eventually. We had free accounts for that. We got to see movies before they came out. We got to see like literally I think it was the 4th Harry Potter movie a month before everybody else did. They rented out the theater just for AOL employees, heavy security, and we got to see it like 3 weeks before it came out for the rest of the world. I mean, and then like once a month they'd buy pizza all day long again for the call center. I mean, they were just throwing money like crazy. Like, dial-up's gonna last forever. This is great. We're never gonna run out of money. It's like, guys, hate to break this to you, but no, it's not gonna work that way. No. I did that for the That's where I'm supposed to be going. Let's head back this way. I did that when I was walking out of Revenge of the Sith because we got to see that early. Like, we got to see it a little bit earlier than the rest of the people. Like, it was supposed to have a midnight launch, and I don't know who they talked to, what strings they pulled, but we got to see it before the midnight launch. So we're walking out just as the people are getting ready to go in for a midnight launch. And and you were allowed to bring friends with you too. Like you had to like say I want X amount of tickets, and it was like limited to like you couldn't say like I need like 20 tickets. Is like unless you had a major like so you had like a big family, even then they'd probably limit you around 2 or 3. So I brought my friend Danny, my roommate at the time, and I'm like, hey, let's go see the new Star Wars movie. He's like, cool. So we're walking out. I'm like, just play along. So as we're walking out and all the nerds are there, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe Darth Maul came back and killed Yoda. And like Yoda's actually been a Force ghost the entire time. I was like, that wasn't what I said, but it was things along that nature, just like making up super obvious stuff that wouldn't be real. And the people in line thought it was. I was in danger of being beaten to death by 1,000 plastic lightsabers. But I mean, we were just like yelling all sorts of crazy, just, you know, like spoilers as we're walking around. These people are like, oh my god, shut up. It was like, I was an asshole. But yeah, it was fun like that. Oh yeah, like I said, actually I can't remember where it was. I think it was on a YouTube comment. I made a joke, like I told that story before, and people were like, "You're a jerk, you know, you're ruining these people's lives." I'm like, it's a freaking movie, dude. No, this is where I'm supposed to be. Oh, there's a skull back here originally. Okay. I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, so it was that we got to go to Starsky and Hutch. We got to see a screener of that. That was so not all the special effects were completed. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith, not that good. Once again, if you want a really good Star Wars movie for what it should have been, the Genndy Tartakovsky, I think is the guy's name, the guy who did Samurai Jack and Dexter's Laboratory, did an amazing Clone Wars. Yeah, so they did like Volume 1, Volume 2. This is Volume 1. Yeah, if you've never seen this before... Yeah, said no one ever at Wallace. So that's that one there, and then there was also a part 2. I have these on DVD. And especially the second part. Let's see, it was a Clone Wars... Star Wars... Part... or Volume 2. So it's like they're running through. It's basically it's like right before the was a Return of the Sith. That's the part 2 for that as well. But yeah, it has Princess Leia singing the Life Day song, which sounds suspiciously like she's singing the Star Wars theme. No, but basically the second part of the animated series here that was done is right before Revenge of the Sith starts. And it is like an hour-long battle. They're just like Jedi just kicking butt. You find out like Grievous. You get to see like Grievous is such a badass that you have no idea if you watch the George Lucas movies. You just see him like walk around going, "Oh, I am Grievous," and he coughs and gets shot in the chest and dies. You don't see him like leaping into a room and taking out like 20 Jedi trying to gun them down. He's just like just dismantling them. It was like, holy crap! It's like that was the Grievous that like you should be afraid of. You know, you understand like how like unstoppable of a force this guy is. He was like a Terminator on crack. So it was like you learn like, oh my gosh, and then you see him like in the film and he's a joke. It's like, man, that sucks. It's like they really should just made the animated one, the actual movie, full stop, and the Clone Wars, do that. Yeah, so the Christmas special also has B. Arthur in it as well. She sings, including down the Katina on Tatooine. Which is funny because right before the Empire keeps cutting in and say like, all citizens of the Empire must tune in and watch this right now. And there's this like insulting thing like, the Empire brings you this clip here, this actual scene of Katina and Tatooine to show you how your lives can be so much better than these people. Something along those lines, like, wow, that's a slap in the face. It's also evil to force everybody watch in the galaxy to stop and watch B. Arthur close a bar while singing, "Goodbye, friends. So long, friends." Yeah, the Star Wars Holiday Special is special. If you have to watch it, I recommend the Riff Tracks version. It makes it far more tolerable. I mean, she made Golden Girls awesome. Although, to be honest, Golden Girls was just a good show to begin with. Ooh, I forgot about Mod. Heard me.
Oh,
Okay, so I don't need... I'm basically just doing a pure Tonfa playthrough right now. Let's just buy a Talisman of Rebirth. 20,000 bucks. Ooh. Yeah, the PlayStation version also lowered down the cost for everything, made everything a lot more affordable. Not the button I wanted to do! Thanks, game. Expert Ninja, make it over. No, not really. There we go. It's like, it wouldn't let me through. It's like, this is different. Better be worth it. Money! Not really. Yeah, so the Star Wars Holiday Special was something that was a lot of fun to talk about. Because it'd always be people completely confused. Like, is this like some kind of bad fan fiction? No. It's like one of my reps, like for Altel, before they got absorbed into by AT&T, or not AT&T, Verizon Wireless, I should say. Like, he'd come by, like he had seen the Star Wars Holiday Special. This is back before it was like a lot easier to come across. So we just laugh and talk about the entire time. Like, he'd come by and tell us about the different phones, and then we'd talk about the Star Wars Holiday Special. And the customers would walk by and they're like, "Are you guys talking about some kind of like fanfic or like fan video?" We're like, no, this is stuff that happened. They're like, wow. Harvey Korman had a cooking show with 4 arms and kept yelling, "Whipster, whipster, whipster." I'm like, yeah. It was like, you better believe he did that skit like that. Here's how you put together a radio or a communication device, and we're going to tell you every single step by step by step, in a slow, halting manner. Will it be funny? No. It's gonna take up a lot of time? Yes. Then you had the, then someone also thought it was a really great idea, once again, to have Wookiees be the star of the show, of the special, and just having them yell at each other for non-stop for like 5-6 minutes straight. No subtitles either. I mean, it's not subtitled like, oh, this is what they're saying. No, it was just them yelling like, you know, that Wookiee yell constantly. As much as I'm not really a fan of the Nostalgia Critic, you should probably check out his review of the Star Wars Holiday Special, because I mean, it was like spot on, especially like the part of like the Wookiees just like yelling at each other constantly with no subtitles. You know, like he made up his own. But yeah, it's something that happens. And Harvey Korman, once again, because he plays multiple characters in the Holiday Special, he comes over because it's Life Day, which is their version of Christmas, Wookiee Christmas, basically. Makes you wonder who Wookiee Jesus is. And he's like, "Hey, Grandpa," you know, like Grandpa Wookiee, whatever his name is. I think it was Itchy was his name, literally Itchy. And he's like, "Check this out, you'll really like it." And it's a holographic, like, virtual reality program. So he sits there in the middle of the room, of the family room there, and I forget who sings this song. It's like basically some song like seducing you, like, "Oh, I am your fantasy." It's a human woman. And it keeps cutting back to him, and it looks like he's like literally getting off on having this human, like, you know, like sing sexily to him in the middle of the room in front of a child. Wookiee just getting off. Star Wars Holiday Special. You can't make this up. Yes, aim at nothing. Get more arrows, because that took way too many. Oh, there's a save point I missed too. Jeez. That would've been bad. Yeah, so the Star Wars Holiday Special is just... It was fueled by a lot of cocaine. And just like, we can't go wrong here. We got a great thing. People love Star Wars. They're gonna love this. It became a thing of infamy very quickly. Great game. Want to continue that? No. No. Full charge UTI? No. Yes, fully charged up urinary tract infection. Very deadly. But ninjas are very deadly and angry. I forgot what a drag this part is. Oh man, this is like just really slowing everything down. Okay, gotta keep going forward. After this, the levels become a little more action-packed again. This part just kind of slows everything down. It's a long level, too. The invisible path. You win! Alright, is there anything else I can buy here? 9,000. Yeah, so I gotta say though, I am really missing my girlfriend Carmen right now. She's actually out camping. She goes every year around this time there. It's like a family thing she does. So I'm hoping maybe next time I might be able to go with her. So that's why I'm actually kind of playing this game, 'cause she's not really a fan of like violent games. So I'm like, well, I was thinking about originally doing Contra, but I was like, well, I can do that any other night. I was gonna do Blazing Chrome, because that came out for, if you have Twitch Prime, yeah, Amazon Prime, and tie it into your Twitch account. Blazing Chrome is one of the free games that they have right now for the moment. And that's pretty much like Contra. So I was going to play that, and then Contra 3 Alien Wars, and whatever Contra games, you know, the chat would suggest. I was going to play those, but I'll see that for another day. So I was thinking, well, she's out camping right now, and while I miss her dearly, I'm just going to play this game. So you know, she won't be watching anyway, just because of where she's at. So, but I miss her. Hopefully I'll be seeing her again soon. Jeez, I'm drawing a blank eye here. Shurikens, here we go. Yeah, the camera was fixed slightly for the PlayStation 3 version. They pulled it back a little bit when you're doing stuff. Like doing your ultimate techniques and stuff. A little bit easier on the eyes. That's the move. I don't know how to do it. So it's one of the things that like Crying Devil has told me like multiple times how to do, and I just never remember it. Wow, that's... I'm gonna have to go back and clip that. That was interesting. So this game has some interesting visual glitches from time to time. Oh! Cool. I don't think I ever beat this one. Maybe I did. That's useful. All right, let's see. One second, just write a quick message to Carmen. Fighting autocorrect. Oh, it's nice. She wrote me a message. I love you. I miss you. Good night. Because she has like very, very limited cell phone reception where she's at. All right, here we go. Got the old savey save. Oh no, she got sunburned too. I'm like, oh no. Did on purpose, kinda. Started SPF 50. Okay, that's good. It's a start. She's like, I'll tell you more about tomorrow. I'm like, okay, no problem. She's coming home tomorrow, but it's gonna be like late. I love that woman. I don't think I've made it more abundantly clear, but I do. Got him. Ninja Man takes a train. Get off me. I say, I know there's another one. No. Yeah, it's also, there's like an interesting like damage scaling going on with this game. It's like when you first fight these guys, when they first show up, it's like you just take them down super fast. Then later as you go on, they become more of like a damage sponge. It happens like slowly behind the scenes. It's like those guys took like even more hits to kind of get rid of, so... Yeah, this is the boss where I have a lot of trouble beating. I don't know why. I always do. I'm going to struggle. This is like struggle bus boss for me. Once I get past this, I don't really have much of a problem with the rest of the game. This guy just always ruins me. And that's the reason why. Oh, come on. Yeah, how are you supposed to dodge this shit? No, come on. There we go. Ugh, I hate this boss. So once I get past him, I'm okay, but it's like, just for whatever reason I've had Unwary's tried to talk me through it, Crying Devil's tried to talk me through it, Mo's tried to walk me through it, and it's just like, I just never can do it right. Ow. So I know it's like one of Carmen's like favorite games is the Spyro trilogy. Holy shit, can't talk. Spyro trilogy. I don't know why that tripped me up all of a sudden. Getting closer to getting past Spyro 3. I'm not sure if I really want to finish it, to be honest. I'm kind of like dragged out on those games. I do want to get into Ratchet and Clank, however, so that'd probably be something else. I'm thinking the next stream would probably be more Spyro, probably get into that. If I beat it, then I'll set up the PlayStation 3 and get that going, and we'll do some Ratchet and Clank. She actually lent me her copy to play. But I also will get back to our Second Chances series. So, I have 3 games that I kind of want to try. They're on that here. First one, I'll let you guys choose, is they're going to be PlayStation 4 games. Killzone Shadowfall. It's a first-person shooter game. Second choice is Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. And then after that would be Infamous Second Son. So, always welcome to hear your input, which one I should tackle next for part of my Second Chances series. Choices are Killzone, Shadowfall, first-person shooter, Spider-Man, and Infamous Second Son.
A long era of silence, trapped in eternal slumber. Yet, even the deepest slumber can be disrupted by a single strike of lightning.
You got one guy who's obsessed with lightning in this game, another one with flames and fire. Cool, so I gave both of them. I did! Like, at one point near the end of the game, you get to see Muramasa in action just totally kick butt. So what is that? I'm trying to remember what it is. Is it Fluttering Peacock? Is that it? There's a move with the Tonfa. Basically, you do, it's like 3 inputs. It scoops somebody off the ground, like instantly chucks, like you body slam them into the ground from like a jumping position. It's kind of like almost like a Izuna drop, but much faster. YouTube's not useful. Combo Fluttering Peacock is very fast and hard-hitting. Level 2 leaves enemies open to obliterations. Maybe it's Flower Garland Drop, I think it was called. So it's XX forward and XY. So XX forward XY. Let's try that. Maybe that's what it is. Because I pulled it off by accident trying to do something else. Nope, that's not it. Oh, so how did she react? She said you wanted to buy another one, and then you're giving me another one too, because my birthday's coming up next month, which I think is very generous of you and your wife to agree to do such a thing like that. Can you imagine what she thought when I said I'd been running a bot for tasking all this time? She didn't know? She just thought, I mean, one, you needed a better computer anyway. I mean, your older computer is kind of slow. I can understand it there. This is an improvement. I thought she knew that you were getting it just to task. Like, I'm surprised she didn't know that. So then she's probably like, oh, you want to get another one, huh? I'm guessing maybe the talk didn't go so well? I mean, we're getting that payroll holiday, you know. Payroll tax holiday till the end of the year, starting in September. It's like an extra 7% income in your pocket. Dude, you okay there? You alright? Stable programming. Dude, you were dead. Where'd you come from? Uh-oh, so she gave you the responsibility talk. Yeah, that's it. The adulting talk, as I also call it. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can make a lot of money tasking, right? No, I'm getting that confused. It's not tasking. Stripping, that's what I was thinking it was. Hey, I'll have you know I was a very successful stripper. I got paid to keep my clothes on. You know, because I'd say like, hey, $50 if the pants come off, and people just like throwing up money in a panic like crazy. It worked quite well. And the whole thing like false advertising, you actually have to take off your clothes, even though people go blind, but... really don't need to fight these guys. I can probably go past them, I think. Nope, I can't. I'm locked in. Oops. So that's like the one thing I'm kind of disappointed is like they're not doing another stimulus check, because I mean I didn't really do anything to really get one to deserve one to begin with, but maybe they'll still, that'd be kind of nice. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of like two-pronged approach, because I'm like, I don't really want to really rely on the government and just putting us further in debt. It's not good. And then at the same time I'm like, I could use that money to buy crap I don't need. Now, Trump did executive orders to basically do extension for $400 instead of the $600 before for unemployment benefits. That starts up, I'm not sure when. Yeah, it's $400, but they're not doing the $1,200 checks. That would still have to be negotiated by Congress, and that's doing different there. So it's $400 for unemployment extension, benefits there. Because it depends on where you are in states. Like, I know, like, the Southern Sega Gentleman, SSG, he lives in Louisiana, and his unemployment is a joke. He's been laid on. He's on unemployment because of COVID. He does construction, and Louisiana only pays you like $230 a week for unemployment benefits. Instead of going back and saying, okay, your previous job was you made this much per quarter, and you're getting paid like 80%, which is usually what a lot of places do. Louisiana's like, screw you, $200, $230 across the board that everybody gets. So he was depending on that money to help him keep him afloat. Even then, that wasn't enough, because I saw one of his paycheck stubs and he was getting like $2,500 per paycheck, and all of a sudden he's down to like making like $800 a month trying to survive with a new kid. It's like, no. So did that. Trump also signed an executive order for payroll tax, it's a holiday for the federal payroll tax, which is basically going to give everybody who's working a 7% increase, because you don't have to pay that off. So that's pretty good. And normally that'd be going into Social Security, so we're delaying that. So unfortunately, people don't realize that it's being deferred. So you're going to have to pay that on your taxes. Hopefully, unless like they defer it again. But we'll see. So it's the things that are of that nature. But the $1,200 is still, I mean, they'd have to put into another thing on Congress, and Democrats were stonewalling quite literally. They're like, we want $3 to $4 trillion for this. For, more performing arts and things. Like, you don't need that. People need to get to work and need to be able to pay their rent. Oh yeah, the other thing he did was they also cited so we couldn't get evicted for not paying rent, which is double-edged sword, because there are people who can pay the rent and are not, because they're like, well, why should I? But people are like, yeah, so like the Democrats also wanted to have things like basically fund in like their plan for mail-in elections, and then also it had plans to bail out states that are failing, like in broke, like California, Illinois, and other ones. It's like things that don't have to do with COVID, and also like environmental stuff. It's like people need money to survive right now because of this virus that's going around trashing everything. Like, okay, well, let's go through and negotiate. So, like, nope, give us what we want or nothing. So Trump kind of like, okay, well, screw you. Surprise! We're just gonna bypass this here, and I can legally do it. Remember these turnstiles being a pain. So, if we had gotten the $1,200, like another round of stimulus checks, I was going to basically buy Ghost of Tsushima, so I could play it on stream. I was gonna buy a Cloner Alliance capture device, so when this Elgato craps out, which it's going to, I can, have a backup and still stream and do speedruns eventually. And I was gonna buy an arcade one-up of X-Men vs. Street Fighter that's coming out pretty soon. Actually pre-orders for it. And now I was gonna try to save the rest, or spend it maybe on a trip or something like with Carmen. But that's not happening, so just gotta get better and get a job, hopefully, next month. Keep going to... I'm so used to the other games where you have to pause and go in to, like, select the weapons. Don't need to do that. Driving me nuts, that stupid sweep move. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out. Hate those ninja dogs. I think Sigma got rid of them, actually. I always get lost in this part. It's kind of straightforward, but I get confused. No! You really went to pieces over that. Yeah, so like the first stimulus money, I actually, put money into my computer. So now I'm wanting to put more into like a little more streaming and just stuff to have fun with. I think I can outrun these guys. Just keep moving. Nope, dead end. Oh, just as I'm about to let go. I think the rest of them are following. Nope, they're stuck back there. I'm still hearing danger techno beats, so I'm guessing there's somebody left alive. So that's full. Those I'm fine on. Yeah. See how many items. Life of the Gods 2. That's right. So you still have to manually do it. Just does them all at once now. That's what it was. Could not recall. So what are my techniques? So flower garland drop. Is that it? It just doesn't seem like that's right. Check out this video. Recorded 4 years ago in 140p resolution. So someone figured out how to get a potato to actually record video footage. That is impressive. Yeah, that's the move. Okay, flower garland drop. That's what I need to do. It's not gonna matter, but we got two. Now we're gonna get into a boss fight just about. Don't remember it being too hard. But that's probably gonna be my downfall and they'll probably beat me up. It's this big giant thing. I think you only found like 2 of these total in this game. Could be mistaken on that, but I don't remember him showing up twice. And still makes more sense than a mostly metal T-Rex, I guess. Can't see where I'm at. Yeah, he's kind of a joke. Just had to remember, like, oh yeah, you should probably guard against that big ground pound.
Grab on! Hurry!
She's like, I offered my hand? What are you doing?
How is it out there?
Wet! Noisy!
The Statue of Liberty. That's the source of all this. There's a powerful theme there. Be careful.
In the PlayStation 3 version, you actually fight the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, I remember this being a problem. It is. Because, like I said, these guys become damage sponges, and that's exactly what's happening. It's like the game doesn't, like, do it, like, necessarily, it doesn't, like, kind of tell you, like, this is a new level and things are gonna be harder, but all of a sudden, they just start taking a crap ton more hits. That's the move! Well, I pulled it off once at least. Oh, that was lame. I'll take it. Look at that, the original Xbox. Forgot that was in this game that they put in the prototype weekend. So it was in the original, it was in Ninja Gaiden 04 Vanilla and Black as well. That's funny. I forgot that was in here. So remember there was something special about this place. They had everything located in. Let's do the old savey save. Again. We'll begin the test of valor. Oh, this is not going to end well. Instantly grabbed. I was like, where's everybody else? Can't see him. Oh, thanks, game. So it looks like it's a slickly, well-produced game, but it is not all there. Oh, I gotta remember, there's actually a, what's it, Hold Your Fire was telling me last night. There's a Russian streamer he saw was streaming a Russian dubbed copy of Fox Hunt for the PlayStation. Which is interesting, because by knowledge, Fox Hunt was never released in any other territory other than the United States. NTSC-U, which is the United States. And the menus and some of that were in Russian, so I'm like, where did you get this? You know, so I got like message him. I was gonna do it earlier, but he was streaming. I didn't want to whisper him while I was streaming, so it seemed like I was like trying to be like a scammer or something. It's just like, so I'll do it when I'm done here tonight, which will be not too much longer. Probably stream for about another 20, 23 minutes. Might do a 4-hour, we'll see. Come on. Whoa! Didn't. There's frames missing on that. Broke a throw somehow. I'll take it. It's a good thing I did that, because I was died. No. Yay! Money, that was all I got. Whoa, that was totally worth it. Real glad I spent money on that. Yep. But I have a lot of money in return. I have like $35,000 now, so can't really complain too much. Just a little bit. Actually, it looks like it gave me, I think, almost all my items back, too. Also, I just wasn't paying attention, which is very much a possibility. There's somebody in the upper decks raining arrows. I guess not. Wait. Yeah, there is. What the hell? Whoa, okay. Oh, you can shoot around corners, huh? Of course you can. It's Ninja Gaiden. I swear I let go of that right there. This game is... I swear, it wouldn't surprise me if I were to look into it somehow. Yeah, damage sponge all of a sudden. And, like, find out that the game input reads just waiting for, like, that one frame as soon as you let go to, like, attack you. It would not surprise me, at least, to find that out if that was true. Because there's times you can swear, like, as soon as you let go of the button, the block, like, you just get creamed instantly. Alright. Around here. No. Oh, there it is. There, that is. Herbaceous spiritual life. Where were you aiming? Nobody attack anything. Love those throws. I'm still someone alive somewhere. There they are. Now they're all dead. Okay. Coolios. Is there anything over here? I don't think there's anything on the bottom floor here. Nope. There it is. Speak too soon. Have like fuzzy memories. Items. 1,000 gods. Alright. Thanks for hanging out, Nitmix. It's always good to see you, my friend. So, next time I gotta figure out what I'm gonna be doing. Like I said, it's probably gonna be Spyro 3. I'm getting close to finishing that game. Kinda wanna get that done off the list. Then I also wanna get back to my second chances, so I have Killzone, Spider-Man, or Infamous Second Son. I gotta pick one of those. But I will see you next time, regardless. Heard me. There's somebody running. Got him. There we go. I was like, I know something's gonna pop up here in a second.
Oh,
I know I've been saying, like, yeah, let's just use the toughest all night. Let's try the Lunar Staff. I do like that leveled up. The level 3 Lunar Staff is awesome. You know, there's, like, cool flails on it. It's just, it's lovely. It's beautiful. Yeah, that one I like a lot. This is like really cool looking. Strain Soul? Yeah, this is another get everybody off me good combo. Yeah, that's just default. I forgot about that. that's still... Yeah, you can still do that technique too. Yeah, Lunar Staff is pretty fun. And there's a lot of fun weapons in this game, I will say. Book of things I don't care about. Firing arrows, I do care about those. Those are kind of pricey.
I recognize that stink.
We're doing good. We're doing fine. Double grab. We're doing great still. Everything's fine. Stop throwing me! Dude, come on. There we go. Have to remember to sidestep them. You fall down, go boom. And this is the part where if you're playing Sigma 2, I think you play as Rachel. Ah, yes, Venice! Venice, but not Venice. Just like infected with werewolves. So this level is one of the first ones that they worked on, at least as from my knowledge of like the game development. Yeah, it's also like the very first picture they put out was a still shot of like Ryu using a scythe to cut a ninja's leg off, which tells you two things. One, new weapon. Two, dismemberment was going to be a thing in the game. And you're going to different locations. I was like, wow, okay, cool. Okay, we got a floating ninja. Itchy ear. Oh god. I got fired off too soon. Expertly programmed game. No floating ninjas anywhere. This level can get like very confusing very quickly for where you need to go and getting lost. Oh, it's a chain. Chains can stop ninjas. I mean, they can flip and run up walls and everything else, but you put a little dinky little bike chain across the path, they just don't know what to do. Alright. And with that, we've reached the end of the stream, so definitely want to thank everybody for hanging out. Of course, shoutouts to Nimix, the awesome Twellis, and gosh, who was it we have show up here earlier? It was Random Judge Gaming also dropped by too and laughed at like that me trying to play El Shaddai and learned a little more about Devil May Cry 5, so it's pretty cool. So thanks for everybody for hanging out, and of course anybody who is lurking, you're always welcome to lurk here on my channel too. I usually stream every other day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you don't know when it is, just type that into Google and it'll tell you for wherever you are located in the world. Keep an eye also on my Twitter, Wursel555. I usually post up a couple hours before I stream what I'll be playing, or if I need to cancel either due to something that's come up in my life, which is always a possibility, or too much back pain or health problems, another possibility here too. Actually, I'm talking right now, I'm completely deaf, I can't hear anything, so gotta get that checked out tomorrow too. But plans are, next stream is going to be on Tuesday the 11th. Thinking we'll probably play some more Spyro 3. I'm not sure if I really want to finish or not. I'm getting kind of bored with it, to be honest. So I might do that, or I might move on to Ratchet and Clank. That could be a possibility too. Or might also move on to the Second Chances series, or Contra. Once again, I have a lot of different options I want to do. I do want to play Blazing Chrome, I believe is the name called. Looks like a Contra game, so I'd be playing that. Contra 3, which is my favorite Contra game, and then take suggestions from the chat as well, like what Contra game should I play after that. So a couple different options. I haven't really nailed it down, but we'll figure it out. Until then, keep an eye on the Twitter, and hopefully see you guys next time.